Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys my ILCA 6 setup. So I'm just going to show you guys all my control lines and all the functions that makes the boat go fast. So to start, we'll be focusing on the rudder tie down system. And what I like to do is I like to run my purchase here like you normally do, but then I also like to run another one right in the rudder head there, if you can see it. And that just kind of helps guarantee that the rudder will always kind of be just locked down in this position and won't kick up, which you don't really want. The other thing I do is I like to run this line out and around. I don't know if you can see, but I like to run it out and around here instead of just running it up through this, because I don't like how the line drags on the deck. It just kind of makes the steering a little bit stiffer, which I don't really like. The one thing you do need to be careful when you do this though is that you replace the line, because if you can see here, it's fraying a little bit just because of the sharp turning point that it has there. But anyways, moving forward on the boat, this is my traveler setup. It's pretty standard. It's not really nothing too fancy, but what I like to do is I like to run these wear strips here just because I don't want the boat getting damaged. I guess moving up to my out haul, you can see here, it's your pretty standard setup. I like to make sure that this line right here that is sliding is always above the eyelet there, if you can see, and that's just so it doesn't get dug down into the eyelet there. And the out haul system's pretty standard. It's like normal setup, I think. And then on here I like to run this block on the side here. I see a lot of people putting it up here. I don't really like that, just because when you pull a lot of vang on, this whole system's gonna raise up and it'll get caught on the sail here. So keeping this down here keeps the system clean and out of the way. Going down here for my hiking strap setup, I like to tie these two bullens here, and what I like it to do is just run the line in between the bullen loops there so it stays nice and snug and it's easily adjustable. And I adjust it using these two tape marks right here, so when they're lined up I kind of know I'm in the ballpark for my correct hiking strap setting. And then for the auto baler here, whenever it's light, I like to take the cork out and just shove it under the rail there, just because I kind of always sail with my auto baler open whenever it's above 6 or 7 knots. And then next I like to tie the main sheet to the hiking strap here. A lot of people do that, and that's just so it doesn't get tangled on anything, and if it does, it's a slip knot, so you can easily untie it. Moving forward, I'll start with a vang. I like to run the extreme load block up here with an extra key, just in case if this one was to break, I can just pop this one in. And then we go down here to the Carbo 18mm fly block, which I like, and it's spliced onto the primary here, which is some 2.5mm Dyneema. And then for the secondary, I like to run the 4mm Kingfisher race line here, which I really like. It runs super well and it's super durable. So yeah, that's kind of my preferred line choice. And then I guess moving around to my Cunningham, it's kind of the same system here. It's again 4mm Kingfisher line spliced onto the Harkin 29mm here, and it's a 6-to-1 system for the radial, so it runs down to the carbon lower here. And I like using this. This isn't a 29mm block, but I like using the metal one here because it kind of, since it's flatter, it rides a little better on the mast than one of the carbon ones. And then it goes down to my hook here, which I like because if it's really windy in the radial, I can unhook it easily and double end the Cunningham. So right now it's on one side and the other side, but if it gets windy, I'll just put it on both sides, which is super nice because then it just gives you a lot more Cunningham. Next, I got my compass here. It's the Raymarine. It's definitely the best compass on the market. The other ones, the Velocitech's okay, but the I don't know, the flat one that they give you, I don't know what that's called, but those ones aren't all that good. And then up here, I just like to run the race watch up here. Just, it's the best place for it in the laser, because then you don't have to be looking at a watch on your wrists. And that's pretty much it, actually. It's a pretty simple setup. I guess another thing, if it's really light, I like to put a wind indicator up on the top of my mast, and sometimes I'll use the C-Vane bow mount wind indicator up there. But other than that, that's pretty much it for my boat. If you have any questions, please ask. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.